Well, 5 games in, unbeaten start to the season. Just had a look on Twitter, and the table goes up by Sky Bet. And one of the top comments there is, Blackburn always start well, and I suppose that is true. Just have to hope that this season is the season where we, stop that trend around December, January, February. But the club just feels a bit different this time round. There's just a real confidence and a real good atmosphere about the club right now. Going and getting that point at Burnley. Obviously 2 years ago we couldn't manage that. Got absolutely smashed. It's not something we've managed to do as a club for a long time now, to get anything off Burnley. And just looking at the team that was out there today, you've got Dolan and Beck, who are a lot younger, but the rest of the team, you've got Hedges, Ohashi, Bath, Hyam, even players like Pears and Carter. That average age out there must have been in, 26, 27-ish sort of area when you're factoring in the likes of Bath. So just actually have men out on the pitch rather than kids, which is, unfortunately what we've had to deal with quite a bit over the past few years. Is just making a world of difference, to be honest. And the performances kind of show. First clean sheet, what was good to see, but just so measured. You'd go into those final 10 minutes under John Dahl or Mowbray, and you'd be, really worried at times, even when we were 2-0 up, just defending for our lives. But the entire game today, we looked so in control. Bristol offered absolutely nothing, really. There was a brilliant save by Pears, where it's kind of bouncing around the goal line, and then another one, to be fair, that he makes when Armstrong's running through on goal. But both of those come in the second half. They offered absolutely nothing in the first half, and obviously, we're kind of their own demise with the passing out the back, what leads to the first goal. A gift in many ways, but we seized upon it with the high press, with the energy from Yuki, and it's brilliant of him to tee it up for Trav to tuck it away. Something a lot of strikers wouldn't have done in the past for us. A lot of would turn around and try and have a go on goal, and shows his selflessness really there. The first half was frustrating, I think, for both sides. The Bristol fans were giving their keeper and their players a lot of stick for passing the ball back to their keeper quite a lot during that first half, and then the second half they just completely did away with that and were hoofing it. But for us, really, barred the goal, the game just felt a bit flat at times. I found myself around the half an hour, 35-minute mark saying to my friends, the game's just really fell flat since the goal. And I mean, the goal, as I said, came from a Bristol mistake more than our own doing, really. But the second half was completely different. We were well on top. Bristol had a couple chances, as I mentioned, but there's no doubting that today Rovers were the worthy winners. And it's great to see us make Ewood a fortress again, which we were really lacking last season, and we were really poor. I think we only won at Ewood last season 4 times or something daft. What's really, really poor. And, it's usually been quite good for us, Ewood. So, the way we've been going, winning our home games, drawing away, I've said this before, but you do that and, got every reason why we couldn't be going for playoffs. We currently sit second in the league, and, I've just put in the Overseas group chat, who would have thought that 2 months ago before we signed Maktar and Yuki and whatnot. And I know it's early doors, but it's just so promising. We just look so solid, and, we've come up against 2 good teams in Norwich and Burnley and managed to get points from them. We're dispatching of teams at home. Derby and Oxford have proven they're not mugs in this league. Oxford have had a good start. Derby have won all their home games. So yeah, and I mean, obviously Bristol, they'll probably finish mid-table as they always do, really. But it's a game where you could see us in the past, which we have. My mind goes back to that game Bradley Dack came back and missed the penalty. They have been a bit of a bogey team for us, really. Obviously, last season spanking us away at Ashton Gate. So yeah, why they didn't bring Nike Wells on is beyond me with his goal record against us, I must admit. But yeah, just a really solid performance, and we just keep going from strength to strength, and going to that Preston game now full of confidence, and I just hope we take the game to them. I think they're very much there for the taking, and if we can go there and turn them over, that would be a real statement, because it's not a ground we've had much look at over previous years. It's not a fixture just in general, even. Obviously mine goes back to last season, losing at home to them. It's not a fixture in general we typically do well in. So if we can go there and turn them over, your mind starts to think, is this season going to be a little bit more than we're used to? And you've just got to hope so. Leeds aren't kind of looking themselves. There's opportunities there, definitely. Luton are obviously way down there. That's another spot that potentially has opened up. The likes of Middlesbrough, you would have thought would be up there, but not really kind of doing the business. So there might be a spot for Rovers just to sneak in there, and it's when you've got a player like Ohashi who we've signed for peanuts, what was it, like 100 grand, and he's scoring 2 absolutely brilliant goals, and I'm gutted I didn't get the second, because I was half considering getting my phone up to record as we were breaking away, but I thought not to. But yeah, just the way he curls both of them in, obviously so much more impressive with the second on his weak foot. But both goals were practically identical, and just, everyone clapped him for that second one. As I caught, the players were just astounded, really. To do that on your weak foot is just something special, and seems we've got an absolutely brilliant player, and obviously Maktar, who can come in and has proved in games with his ability to link up the play with his assists. He's definitely an asset, and I do kind of hope we start Maktar against Preston. I think it's more his type of game, really, but it would be kind of harsh to drop Yuki after getting 2 brilliant goals. So yeah, on to Preston now, and then after that a home game against QPR, which I'm very confident we should be turning those over at home. London teams don't typically do well up here, other than Fulham, which we won't talk about. But yeah, I think if we can get 4 points from the next 2, I think most fans would be happy. A draw at Deepdale at the very least, and then turn over QPR at home. But if we could go get a win, as I mentioned, it'd be a real statement that at Deepdale. So on to the next one, and just such a good feeling right now. As I said, around the club, and long may it continue. Just really riding a high right now, and stranger things have happened. Look at Ipswich last season. They had that unbeaten run for ages, and look where they ended up. I'm not saying that will happen, but you never know what can happen once you really start to get on a run of things and just keep that feel-good factor about the club. It's good to see Wyman getting kind of the ovation he deserved after, I hope, a goal that I hope wins goal of the month. It'll certainly be our goal of the season for us, but he is up against stiff competition against Harris. And then, good to see the debuts of obviously Todd Cantwell and Dewberry, the Brighton winger. He looks really full of energy and full of pace, and definitely looks like someone who you would really want coming off the bench to really drive at a defence. But Cantwell as well. The first 10-15 minutes, for me personally, a few poor passes, poor touches, but then I think he kind of grew into it, and then the last 5-10 minutes or so, when we were in stoppage time and whatnot and the game was over, kind of showed his cheekiness and his flair about him. A no-look pass, a Rabona cross, which, obviously 3-0 in injury time. It's good to kind of see that, I suppose. It's something which we probably haven't seen since Tyrese Dolan kind of came on the scene with that kind of cheekiness and skill. Something that's you feel has kind of been trained out of Dolan a little bit. But yeah, obviously there's a time and a place for those things. I would hope he wouldn't be doing those sort of things at 1-0 up with 5 minutes to go. But yeah, I mean, he got a standing ovation, did Cantwell when he come on. And yeah, I think he's the type of player that is going to be a confidence player. He's got obviously a bit of an ego, and he probably, wants a club to kind of cater to that ego, which I think we probably will, because, he's by far the biggest name we've got on the books right now. I think that's fair to say. And, if we show him the love and appreciation, and if he repays that in goals and assists, then we're a club that will definitely give that. Sammy Smodics is kind of treated as like a legend right now. Even, when he got that first goal against City for Ipswich, fans were chanting his names in the ground, even after, obviously we sold him. So that says everything you need to know about this football club. If you do the business for us and you show respect to us, we'll show you respect and love back. But yeah, on to Preston now. Like I said, I hope Maktar starts. I think that is more of a game for him, as obviously Burnley was. It's going to be more of a physical game. And when Yuki started against Oxford, I felt like he struggled. He didn't today at all. And fair play to him, but that Oxford game, I think the centre-halves were a bit more physical, probably, obviously more of your League One type centre-halves, which is obviously a more physical league. And he did struggle, and in the Preston game, it is going to be, obviously not Burnley-Blackburn, but it's still going to be a heated game for sure, and I look forward to it, and I'll be there. There'll be a vlog, so make sure to watch out for that one, and yeah, let's hope we can do the business. Cheers for watching, guys.
Up the Rovers, 3-0. That's a big win here for Rovers today. Ewood Park, Bristol City Robins, 3 points for the Rovers. We move into the auto promotion scene there. Top two, second place, only to the Black Cats, who fell a bit today to Wayne Rooney FC. But back to the Rovers. Lewis Travis, big goal to get us going there. 1-0 off the mark, 17th minute. Turnover at the back. O'Leary gives it away. Goalkeeper there for Bristol. Lewis could have gone to Ohashi over on the left, but he decides to keep it. Captain armband on the shoulder, puts it in the back of the net. Lives up to his words this week. That Ipswich loan in January there, we lose our captain, but he gone, and he molded himself into this brand new player, comes back, bigger, better, bolder, and one who spoke out right there about the JDT era this past week, but backs it up there today, gets his first goal in 2 years. Well done, Lewis Travis, to get us going, ease us into it. We looked all right there, but then we really kind of got the engine going there for the rest of the game, and it set ourselves up there. And I thought we could have had another one before the first half was out. I think who missed one there, but yeah, a couple opportunities, 1-0 going in the locker room. You said, all right, let's see what we can do here. The only goal that we had at that point was a mistake at the back there for them, so we need to be a little bit more clinical, make sure we come out and take care of business today. We want to go home with the points. And what do? We come out. Yuki, a brace for us in the second half there. 2 goals and amazing goals. 1 assist from Dolan there. Down, assist keeps it going. Dolan sprinting down, gets in front of his man, gets it over to Ohashi, falling down. And Ohashi takes care of business off the right foot, right bin. And then a couple, minutes later or so, it was Ohashi again down on the right side. gets in front of his man, beats him on the left foot, top left corner. Great goals by Yuki Ohashi, becoming a standout star this year quickly. First 5 games of the season now for Rovers, and I think we stand at the top there with in second place. It's only the Blackouts with, I think it's 11 points, but we head to Preston next week, so big one. We got to take care of business there and keep it going. We got to make sure that the Lily Whites are taken care of, and that we keep building on this, build on the momentum that JE has produced. He has built up something here, quite a team to get us started, and we need to keep going, not mess around here at all. Off the international break, we went into it nicely so there with that 10-man draw against you-know-who, and now it's a 3-pointer. And so we got another week here of training for the new transfers to get Big Mac back and in attack and ready to go here. So, but obviously, hats off to Yuki, hats off to Travis, but we got to make sure that we mention the guys at the back there. Pear's definitely big time. He didn't have too much to do. I said this a little bit on the watch along there. He didn't have too much to do today, but when he did, he had 2 huge stops. And, it solidified the clean sheet today. Made sure we got out of there with, a big helping hand in our goal differential there. And made sure that everybody was at ease in Blackburn and Lancashire on a nice weekend day. So that was great to see. But, Pears assisted by the guys at the back. Carter, amazing. Hyam, different worlds versus the last game against Bristol. So, that was great to see. We see, obviously, Beck, too, doing great things again. And Bath was good. The experience was there. And then, everybody was good. There was not much to critique today. We looked great. And we worked well. We worked hard. We went for it. And I do think, we just got to keep going. I would say my only criticalness today would be Rovers TV. Bad start for Rovers TV. Couldn't get into it. Somebody must have forgot to put the match center on there to get us the game going. Had to tweet it. You think you're going crazy. But that was it. That's my only thing, which I will take when we get 3-0 win, victory, 3 points over the line. But yes, John Eustace going for it here. Oh, and it was good to see Cantwell come in. And the Tyjon, I did not realize how young he was coming in there today, making his debut until I read it later on the Rovers Twitter there. So did not realize the youthfulness there and the magnitude of that entrance. So, it's great to see. Build him up there. Buckley coming on for final 10 minutes or so. Just all around great game for Rovers. And, around the league or so, we'll see. I don't know. I think Rovers was the game of the week here. I think that was good. Bristol, poor. I want to say that Rovers made them look poor, but, I just don't think they've, Lee Manning has put together a side quite yet. So they need a little bit more work to do with their signings and put things together. They had a couple chances. I think Twine hit the post at one point, and, again, Pears had some big saves. They had some opportunities, but they were few and far between. It was all Rovers today. I think they had more possession there, 55-45-ish. I know that was first half wise anyway. But, they couldn't do anything with it. They couldn't get by us. It wasn't down in and around the box for much time at all. And so, just the guys put a game together, put on a show, and it was fun to watch. And we go again next week. All right. Peace out, guys. Until next time, be with Philly Rovers CC YouTube channel. I'm out.